Guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. It is so great to see you here today, and welcome to Photography Talk episode 38. Now, before we get into this week's headlines, I do want to mention that our most recent giveaway is now over. Once again, you guys rocked it with your participation last month. We're going to be going through the entries and randomly selecting the winners this week, so be sure to tune in next week to find out if you're one of the big winners. Also, we are going to preview the prize pool for this upcoming giveaway. Also, if you're tuning in for the first time, I do want to welcome you to the channel, and if you are coming back, well, hey, it's great to see you again. And if you're already not subscribed to the channel, please consider to do so. We would love to have you part of the Photography Talk family, and also it's one of the steps to be eligible to win one of the prizes in our monthly giveaways. So take a second to hit the subscribe button. Hey, you never know, you may win a really awesome prize in a future giveaway. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get on to the news. Starting things off, the EOS R5 rocks, but now I've had the R5 for nearly a month and I've been putting it through its paces, particularly, as I mentioned before, on the photography side. I know there's a lot of rumors about the R5's video capabilities, and I'm going to get to that in a moment, but I want to quickly talk about my impressions of the R5's imaging capabilities. Guys, this camera is absolutely killing it so far. I simply cannot say enough about it. The image quality is absolutely insane. The autofocus is nothing short of amazing. It's crazy fast and incredibly, and when I say incredibly accurate, it's one of the most accurate autofocus systems that I've ever had the opportunity of using. In addition to that, the image stabilization is all that and then some. So here's an example. Yesterday, while taking photos of my son's graduation, well, he's moving from preschool up to kindergarten, so we had a little bit of a graduation photo shoot thing going on. I happen to turn around, I see the moon up in the sky. Out of curiosity, I decided to I had the 70-200 2.8 RF on the R5, zoomed it out to 200 millimeters, and took this handheld shot here. Now guys, it's not really all that amazing photo in the sense of composition or anything like that. You've seen this photo probably 100 times already. But for me, what I found really amazing was this was completely handheld. And when you look in, you can actually see all the craters in the moon. That really gives testament to how well the image stabilization works on this camera. Needless to say, coming from the Z7, this camera has really blown my expectations really out of the water. I'll be doing lots of videos on the R5, including a 1-month review in the next week or so. I'll get into much more detail on the R5's image capabilities in those videos. Now, the only downer I've encountered so far was that the image file type wasn't supported by Adobe. This meant I had to get this kind of wonky workaround to get my photos into Lightroom and Photoshop. However, this problem has since been resolved, so importing my images is no longer a pain in the ass. Yay! Alright, but there's still another problem. Now, the overheating issues in the R5 were initially blamed on the potential inadequate cooling of the camera. But recent rumors suggest that the overheating issue is due to artificial limits that Canon placed into the camera. Now, if this is the case, all the overheating issue or business here that's going on here could be fixed with a firmware update. Now, Canon says you can record 8K for 20 minutes and that the camera will shut down to cool off, but after it cools down, you can record for an additional 3 minutes. However, tests from photographers have shown that if you remove the internal circular battery, the timer can reset and you record 8K for another 20 minutes. This being the case, it seems though the R5 might be shutting down because of a timer, not because it's too hot. Granted, this timer thing is really speculation, but if it really is a timer that determines how long you can record for, Canon just might have some explaining to do. Next, Google is working on a way to tag images licensable. Now, remember a few years ago, when you did a Google image search, you could download pretty much any photo that popped up, right? Well, Google has been working to eliminate that in order to protect the image holders from having their photos stolen. In their latest step to protect photographers, Google is doing a trial run with a licensable tag that will show when images are displayed. That way, people can buy the images from the copyright holder. To make this work, the licensing information for your image must be provided on your website or your portfolio or wherever you have your image online. Then when the image shows up in Google Images searches, Google will provide a link that tells users more details about the license of the photo. Again, this is still in trial run and there's no details about when Google might officially roll this out. In the meantime, you can head over to Google for details on how you can add the appropriate data into your images so then Google can provide the licensing link in the future. Check the description below for a link to Google's image licensing instructions. Jumping over to Sony. Sony might have a new camera in the works for later this year. Last week we spoke about how Panasonic is rumored to have a new camera coming up soon. Well, the rumors are now pointing towards Sony having a new camera up their sleeves as well. Rumor has it that Sony wants to unveil a less expensive mirrorless camera that can compete with the likes of the Nikon Z5 and the Canon EOS R5. At this point, the camera is rumored to be either the A5 or the A6. It will have features like fully articulating screen, IBIS 4K video, moderate burst shooting at 5 frames per second, microphone and headphone jacks, and a single SD card slot. Now, the camera is also rumored to have an all-new body design that is smaller than the A7 family of cameras. There are no other details about this mystery Sony camera, so we'll be sure to keep you updated on that. Hopefully, this rumor turns out true because having more affordable options from more of these manufacturers is a huge benefit for photographers that are looking to upgrade their cameras on the cheap. Next, this new AI software removes harsh shadows from portraits. One of the enemies of taking portraits out in the middle of the day has always been harsh shadows on the model's face. Well, that might be a thing of the past now that there's AI shadow removal tool in development. The tool comes from a team of super smart people at MIT, Google, and the University of California at Berkeley. The software uses 2 neural networks to remove unwanted shadows and soften facial shadows while adding synthetic fill light, all at the same time. The results that they've gotten using this technology are actually pretty incredible, but not perfect. It gets the skin tones wrong in some situations, and very fine details like shadows from hair can be hard for it to overcome. Nevertheless, it's pretty incredible technology that with time could evolve into a highly effective tool for photographers. Closing things off, participating in Adobe MAX is free. Each year, Adobe shows off some of its upcoming software in the creative conference, Adobe MAX. Now, as you may know, each year, Adobe shows off its new and upcoming software in its creative conference called Adobe MAX. This year, for obvious reasons, the conference is being held virtually. Even better, the event, which runs from October 20th to the 22nd, is free. Yes, you heard right, that 4-letter word we all like. Now, not only will there be dozens of hours of content demos, guest speakers, and opportunities to learn, but Adobe also has a full slate of celebrity guests and musical performances. This year's conference will explore photography, videography, and Adobe's design-oriented software. Now, regardless of what you use your Adobe products for, this conference will give many opportunities to learn and grow. You have to register for the event, which you can do so in the link that I'm going to provide in the description. By registering for Adobe MAX, you can build your schedule of events, and you'll also be entered to win prizes from various sponsored giveaways. Well, there you go, guys. That's a wrap to Photography Talk episode 38. If you found some value, if you were entertained with this video, please consider hitting the like button. Hey, while you're at it, do all that other YouTube stuff. Hit the subscribe button. Besides, we'd like to have you part of this family. And be certain to smash that bell to be notified each time that we come out with a new video. All right, guys, I'm going to jump out of here. You get out there, create your best shot.